all you over 1,270 fellow maniac subscribers to the channel. This is John Talks Indian Cinema, and I am your host, the Indian Cinemaniac, back with another 10ish minute review. Listen, before I get to the review, I just want to remind you it's a small thing, but it makes a big difference to the channel. Please hit the like button. I'm getting a lot of views of the videos, but I'm not getting a lot of likes. So either it means you don't like it, which I seriously doubt, or you're just not hitting like. Now, look, even if you watch 3 to 4 minutes, you don't watch the whole thing, please hit the like button. It really does make a difference. I know it sounds stupid, but it makes a difference in how YouTube pushes out these videos. And I'm trying to build a community. I want to hit 1,500. I want to hit 2,000. There's 1.3 billion, I think, in India, right? Come on, share this. Okay, anyway. So the film I'm going to review, and this was interesting because it's a Telugu comedy, and I haven't watched a lot of those. It was recommended by a relatively new maniac at Viswas6240, VISWAHS 6240, and he actually gave me a couple of Telugu movies. And I said, well, which one out of these do you want me to watch? What's your go-to? And he picked Mathu Vadalara from 2019. It's directed by Ritesh Rana. It stars Sri Simha Koduri, who I've actually seen in Rangasthalam and Bahubali: The Beginning. Satya, that's a Telugu thing, the one name, like Elvis. He was also in Rangasthalam and Pushpa The Rule, as well as Master. Also in it was Naresh Agastya and Athulya Chandra. Okay, the story.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
I've stopped the introduction to this review because, and I've never done this before in the 3 years that I've been doing this, but I did a review of the film, of the Telugu film, Mathu Vadalara, a comedy, a drug comedy. And I really liked the film. And you're about to watch the review, but I made a glaring omission in the review that I wanted to make sure I talked about. Now, I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff within the review. And if you haven't seen the movie, it's going to be a spoiler, but hey, it's 2019, so be a bridge and get over it. The thing I wanted to talk about in this film, they did some real interesting visual things. They did it with graphics, they did it with camera angles and colors. But one thing they also did, they start off the movie with this little TV screen with I don't know if it's a movie or a TV show, but it's about this couple, and it's a thread throughout the entire movie. They play scenes from it throughout the entire movie. And at one point, the guy, they're in love and they're talking, and an assassin shoots the guy right between the eyes. Big bullet, right? Now, through the course of the film, they show clips from that. And he's still alive with the couple. It was it was just so goofy. It felt like a soap opera to me, but he's still alive. Now, she ends up getting sprayed with something. I can't remember what it was, but it was nothing like a bullet, right? But she gets spillage on her, and she ends up dying in the hospital. This is what they're showing on the TV. And he's there in the hospital, and he's still got the bloody bullet hole right between his eyes as she dies. And I just thought it was silly and funny, and they kept going back to it. And I'm just wondering if there's some significance to that. Was it just part of the gag? I don't know. It's also, this was a very low budget film, and it took them a long time to finish it. And I just really liked it. And I wanted to make sure that I talked about that because I can't believe I forgot to mention it. But it was one of those things that just tickled me in this film. So that's it. I had to do that because I felt bad that I skipped it. So now, please enjoy the full 10ish minute review of Mathu Vadalara from 2019. Thanks for giving me just a second to vent a little bit. All right, here we go.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
I'm not even sure how to describe this story. It's about a delivery guy who is short on money and wants to do better. So his friend, who is definitely the comic relief, this definitely had a. I know I've seen this in a couple of films. A Three Stooges things going on, or the Marx. No, more Three Stooges. Um, and that was Satya was the comic relief. So he teaches him to, when you make these deliveries and you get cash, take a little, you hide a bill and then tell the people that you shorted me. And it's not called stealing, it's called pocketing. Okay? And he's been doing it for a while. So Babu decides. Now, first of all, it starts off, he looks, he's got this big head of hair, big beard, dresses kind of, I don't know, sloppy. And then he decides he's gonna do it a little differently because his friend tells him you gotta have a better attitude with the customers and they'll tip you better. So now he does this makeover. His head is all, he gets a haircut, looks really sharp. The beard's all trimmed and he wears nice clothes and he looks like a completely different person. So the first time he does this is with an old woman. And through the course of trying to rip her off, she knows he's ripping her off. So she tries to get the money back. And then she falls and dies, or so you think. So now the movie is the cover up of this. Okay. And then as the movie progresses, it becomes Breaking Bad with a meth lab and people selling the meth. And then a big twist about who's really the one that got all this going. Because through the course of the film, Babu is stuck in the apartment of the woman that died. And there's someone else in there, I think the granddaughter. So it's like a bedroom farce. He's walking in, she's walking out. They just miss each other. Then he's got to hide. Well, at one point he gets drugged. And he wakes up in the living room of this apartment and there's a dead body with blood coming all over the place. And he ends up being a cop. So now he's freaking out. Now he calls his friends. What are we going to do? Oh, he's also a man. One of his friends, Abi, played by Naresh Agastya. He's a fan of the TV series Sherlock with Benedict Cumberbatch, which is a great show, by the way. So when he's in this apartment by himself, Babu, he's imagining his two friends helping him. And Abby is doing it just like Benedict Cumberbatch, wearing the same clothes, talking the same way. But this is all in his head, okay? Okay. So, so then there's more murders, and everyone's accusing each other. And then you find out, and this is a spoiler, but it's 2019. His friend, Abby, the guy who plays Sherlock, is the one that's the meth cooker. And he set up his buddy, framed him for the cop's murder. So then in the meth lab, there's a giant explosion where the meth or meth, and maybe it was coke too. I think it was coke. And now they're all doused in it and they're all hallucinating. It's and then there's missing money. It's just it's a wacky, crazy movie, and it's not long. It's short. But the story I'm going to give a 4. I love the story. I mean, it was really confusing what was happening because also you find out the old lady wasn't dead, right? But she's got dementia, so she doesn't remember Babu, even though they see each other again. And then there's another apartment that looks like that apartment, so they get all confused. So it's very confusing till things start getting laid out. So the story I give a 4. The performances, now I've seen some of these actors before. I'm not going to lie to you, I don't remember them. But they were all pretty good dealing with the chaos, like Babu trying to figure out what the hell's going on for the first half of the film. And it's just really him. and you know he's listening to his friends and his imagination. He's trying to figure out how he gets out of this, and it keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse, and you can see it in him. So I thought he was excellent. The friend there, the comic relief was funny. You know, a little over the top, but that's okay. He had some really funny lines in it. The girl who plays the meth addict, and she was Myra. She was the one who killed the cop. She stabbed him with a stick, but she was funny too. The movie was very funny, and you know, someone, you know, when you, I think the person who recommended said I might not get some of the humor, but slapstick comedy is pretty universal. You know, without you don't need great dialogue, or you don't have to really understand the dialogue to still think it was funny. I thought the performances were for this type of film were really good. I gave them a 4. You know, I thought they were good. Now, the music, there wasn't a lot of music. It was pretty much incidental music. Yeah. So again, when it's a situation like that, it's a 3. It didn't hurt it. It didn't help it. And overall, my verdict overall, because I really did like this, and I just found out that they made a sequel, which I'd like to see because I did think this was really funny. I'm going to give overall a 4. I think it was funny. It was so different from anything that I've seen. I also read it took them 3 years to get this made, 3 years to shoot it because it was such a low budget, and it also the reason why it took off. Rajamouli promoted the film, and after he did that, it really took off. And I'm glad you recommended this because it was funny. It was just such a strange movie. It was so strange. I mean, they did like they had graphics that would pop up um, with words, and then at one time there he's given the rules of delivery, and in the background on a building you'd see rule number 1 or would show up, you know. And then they did animation when they were all high, flying scenes, very very funny. Um, but yeah, I really like this, and it was, you know, again, I've watched a lot of heavy movies, and it's nice to watch something so off kilter a little bit, and this was that. Okay, so good call on that one. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think if you've seen it, and if you haven't seen it, take a look at it because I think you'll like it. It's very funny. um and if you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Subscribe, hit the notification button, hit the like button, and for the love of God, please share. All right, you see my dog back there? That's my other dog, another big Cine-MANIAC fan, and her name is Fenway. That's the secret word. I want to know if you stay until the end. And I want to know that you love my dog as much as I do. So the secret word is Fenway. Put that in the comment section, and I know you're sticking around. If there's any new movies that are coming out that you would like to recommend me do a trailer reaction, because that seems to get the most hits. Put it in the comment section too, because those are really, I keep telling you, this is really easy to do. I can get them done relatively quickly, so I can do a bunch of them. So that's it. Again, let me know what you think about this crazy film in the comment section, and we'll talk to you soon on John Talks Indian Cinema with either a trailer reaction or a 10ish minute review. Thanks for watching, everybody.